The other day I was driving and I stopped in this community, and it was a large gas station, and they had more, those type like a Bucky, or that's Bucky's in Texas. This the largest gas station that I've seen yet. I've never seen any like that. Anyway, I was in the store. They had more stuff. Felt like I was like, how when Walmart first came out, they had food, they had snack, they had bakery, they had clothes, and they had the Christmas stuff. And I was excited about, just feeling kind of overwhelmed. It was like you're a kid in a candy store. You didn't know what to do. Should I get snack? Should I look at all the Buckies, all the pillow? Matter of fact, I bought a pillow for my house. And then I started to think, this is the time of the year I wanted to come out, because this is the time of the year where I usually step back. And I know most people are so happy for Christmas, Thanksgiving, because it means a lot to them where family is concerned. But I'm here, I wanted to come out and talk about the other side, because it affects me every year. Stay tuned. Hello again. This is Patrice M. Foster. Thank you for returning to my channel, my supporters. Incidentally, it's a happy day today. As a matter of fact, it's supposed to be a happy month because this is my birthday. No, not normally my born day. My birthday, meaning how long I have, or my anniversary here on YouTube. But I need to get those likes up. Maybe I could say I need some likes. I need you to hit that notification button or the bell icon if you want to hear more. As a matter of fact, the old videos are still there. You can, if you haven't listened to them, you can take a chance. You might find something there that helps you along the way. Anyway, I want to talk about a topic that is very dear to my heart. It's the holiday. It's on its way. The months have gone by so fast. And now we're getting excited because Black Friday is around the corner. Um, Thanksgiving, turkey, and then Christmas. I want to talk about depression. It's a hidden secret. We don't like to talk about it, especially in the Black community. And it wasn't until it hit home. It hit home for me this week. And I realized that the reason, and it happens to nurses, we may overlook the happy-go-lucky nurse, the nurse that shows up. Nobody cares. They may not have families. Yes, there's some lonely nurses out there. They might not be lonely. I should not use that word, lonely. There's a lot of people that are going through a lot of struggles, and you know that based on what's going on, the economy and everything. And this time of the year is when it hit us all. And most of us, and a lot of people don't think it happened to nurses, but I'm here to say it happens to me too. For the longest, I've been struggling to the point, yes, I have resigned from jobs closer to when it gets to November. And I'll tell you why. I just feel like it's overwhelming when it comes to Thanksgiving and Christmas, because what do people consider those major holiday is where family gets together, family loving and pretending, and everyone seems cheery. But not everyone is feeling that cheerfulness. And for the longest, I did not know what was going on with me. And frankly, to be honestly, I do not understand it, because that's closer to my birthday and I feel some kind of sadness or something is missing within those time of the year where family gets together. I remember I used to when it was the holidays, day, and I'm at work. I used to work so that the nurses with family or the nurses who had something to do for the holiday, they want to be home with their family. And so I work so that they could enjoy themselves. It was a way, it was distraction. Lately, for the past few years, I haven't been working on my birthday because I'm trying something different. Maybe it was, I think it's mostly has to do with my history, family issue, but I do try to force myself to get into some kind of family gathering on Christmas. But for my birthday, peacefully, I do my solo, maybe travel or do something special. Um, so, you know, I want you to recognize the signs. A lot of people don't want to tell you what's going on with them. A lot of people may not want you in their business, especially nurses. And just because you may work with a coworker that seems so jolly and never had any problems, always smiling and laughing, and you think they happy, or I shouldn't say happy, you think that they doesn't have any problems. That's a misconception. They may be struggling with inner feelings of sadness. You know, we tend to, as parents, when we think of our kids, they're so happy. How can they be sad? That's not possible. And so we overlook it as it's a phase. It's a phase they are going through. She'll get over it, and we kind of ignore it. And then when we're faced with the problem, we don't know how to deal with it. So I wanted to come out here and, just said, the holidays are coming. Just extend yourself a little. It's not going to always be about you. There may be some, if you haven't talked to a friend, you don't know what she's going through, pick up the phone and call her. I remember I used to call friends who I thought was my friends, and they don't call you unless they need something. My friend in New York, I had to tell her that. I said, you always call when you need reference, but I noticed she's calling more now. Maybe because I kind of let it out and tell her, you can pick up the phone and call me. Don't just call me for reference every day now. So I could tell when she's changing jobs. But I utilize her, call her sometime. But I'm just as guilty as her. So she's still my friend. We laugh it off and we go on. So I wanted to let you know that Be mindful that the nurse may be going through a form of deep sadness. I don't want to say depression because I don't know and I don't diagnose, that she may be struggling with something. And your coworkers, I know they can be difficult sometimes, and I don't want it to, and I don't even like her anyway. So, but when we work together, we have to communicate, we have to work, put our negative feelings aside and co-work. And a little gesture and how you doing? Are you okay? It can make and break a person's day, believe it or not. So be mindful of those things. And so I wanted to, this is a short video now. I wanted to come out, say, a lot of people, we're going through something. And if I don't come out, especially, this is going to be the only, probably the only, well, I can't say it's going to be the only video in November. I'm actually at home. I'm actually took off from work because, like I said, this is the time of the year where I go through that struggle of finding myself, I guess. I'm laughing, but it's real sad to say that, it's a struggle. Family get together, family, we go through our changes, but at the end of the day, when something happened to one of us, we show up, we put our feelings aside, and we help and get it together. So this is how I've been feeling, and that's why probably you haven't seen a lot of me. And I'm going to try my best to, make it happen. I want you to be very mindful and understand that it's a high stress nursing jobs. Nurses are going through everyday stressful situation. And eventually, if you continue under those conditions, every day you come to work, oh, there's 3 nurses on the schedule today, and then you get to work, it's only you. It can affect your mental health. And then when you ask for a break, come on, nurse, tell the truth. Do they give you the break? They say, I can't give you that break. They don't come out and say, you can't, oh, let me say this. You don't have enough PTO, right? Or you use up your PTO. Certain positions, I feel like as a nurse, you should be able to take a break, take off for jobs. And you shouldn't be penalized. But sometimes most company, if it's a corporation, I understand it's a business. And in business, we are there to make money. But see, I'm at the point in my life that I am more thinking of my health. When the job is becoming too much for me, it's time I step back and evaluate how I'm feeling. And I want to, and for the longest, how I know that it's not right for me anymore, I will be so happy at home. I go to bed right. I stayed up sometime and write, but I don't get that feeling. And as soon as I enter the job, at the door, it's like a deep sadness come over me. And I know, oh God, what am I going to face when I go through that door? Are they going to have enough nurses? Am I going to be working by myself tonight? And the things that the administration think that, oh, you can't work by yourself, you don't like to be alone. I like to be alone. I don't mind working by myself. But in certain situations, the job says you should have 2 or 3 nurses, but you want one nurse, and one nurse then in the middle of the night, you pull that one nurse, and I feel so overwhelmed, and it's nobody to talk to, nobody, you feel like nobody care. And that's the bottom line. And so you have to look out for yourself, nurses. When you get to that point where you see that it's affecting you, because burnout, mental health, mental illness, depression, it turns into something way more than you may be able to handle I'm tongue-tied today, on your own. And don't ignore it. You can talk to someone. I know in the Black community, we see mental illness and we joke. Are you crazy? Do you need help? Those kind of connotation, it may trigger people. So I try to be mindful. Don't use those joking terms. Even though they're taking it as a joke, it may not be a joke to that person who's going through some inner struggles that you may not know of. So be very careful of those words. That what you say may affect and escalate the person to even feel more sad. If left undressed, mental illness, the mental health of that nurse you're working with, it will negatively affect the working condition, her working condition, and it may roll over into how you work with the nurse and the condition that she's struggling with. And what happened? You end up losing another nurse. She's out and you're short. So be mindful that someone may be going through struggles. Like, there's a saying that you never know what a person is going through. So a little kind word, a little, they maybe needs a little help, give a helping hand. And nurses are good at that, I can say. We're good at, if we see someone, most nurses will say, give a hand. Can I help? I'm not doing anything. Help. The nurse you're working may not want to or may not confide in you about her personal struggles. But it's up to you. If you feel that, you can ask her. She may tell you or not. And mindful administration, DON, give us a break. When the nurse asks for a break, she really need a mental break, especially when in a stressful situation. Easy burnout feel. So I wanted to come out here and just a little chit chat and what's going on with these holidays and how we're feeling. Have a wonderful day or night in your state or your country. See you.